Welcome to Marvel Snap's 12 Minutes, where we have 12 minutes to build a deck around a random card that we get from the wheel. Let's see what we get. We had Debris yesterday. Today, wish you could see these. I really wish there was some amount of anticipation, but instead we just get Iron Man. All right, I've got some ideas for this. Let's get into it. Today we spun Iron Man on the wheel. Iron Man is an iconic Marvel Snap card, taking the lead as one of the most classic multiplicative scaling options. Iron Man is famously a part of the always popular Mr. Negative deck, where his zero power stat line allows him to be played for free on the final turn of the game, handing out insane amounts of power. He's also often key to Living Tribunal decks. Some of the biggest numbers in Marvel Snap involve putting Iron Man, Mystique, and Onslaught all into one lane, cap it off of Living Tribunal, and you can put truly absurd amounts of power across the entire board. Iron Man's zero power stat line and easily applicable effect make him a powerful, flexible option for many niche meta decks as well, or off meta decks, I suppose. He's a powerful target for spectrum buffs, especially early on in players' snap careers. He historically would slot in and out of bounce decks that use cards like Bast or Ancient Venom to put his power up to 3 with a lot of other cheap cards with low power, and he can also be paired with the first Ghost Rider to discard him, keeping your 2 drop at 6 power, then reanimating him later on in the game with Ghost Rider for even more value. But today we have something interesting. A Living Tribunal deck without Living Tribunal at all. I cannot take credit for this deck, though I'm unsure of its origin. This is my version of a deck I bumped into on ladder several times. This deck looks to deploy its power in very unusual and surprising ways by putting out a power-gating ongoing card like Iron Man or Mr. Fantastic, then copying it again and again. Let's throw Mr. Fantastic in the deck here. Our copy, Mr. Fantastic is our sort of main win condition. We can play for the left and right lanes with him to win, and then we use his ability, copied several times with cards like Moonstone, Prodigy, Onslaught, and, of course, Mystique. For layers of power doubling. However, all these cards come with the additional upside of working with Iron Man as sort of an alternate way to get your power. Instead of fighting for the side lanes with Mr. Fantastic, we can always pivot and deploy Iron Man in any lane we want, then copy him up with the Mystique. Maybe you have the Mystique and a Moonstone lane, and your Iron Man and Onslaught lane get a lot of power that way. We do have a lot of expensive cards, so we do need to ramp. In this deck, we've got 4 ramp cards. Of course, we have Jennifer Kale as a way to gain power whenever we would like to. We have Sarah. This is a good card that we can get out early. When we have a 6th or 7th turn, you can often double dip and maybe get 4 or 5 energy off her ability. We also have Wave as a way to cheat out some of those big expensive cards, as well as Sarah herself. And we have Magik. Magik doesn't actually accelerate your mana, but she gives you access to a 7th turn of the game, which is effectively plus 7 energy. We also need some consistency. We need to run some draw to hit our combos when we need them in the form of Autumn Warlock and Magik. Magik here. Warlock, Adam Warlock oftentimes is difficult to trigger in this deck because we don't have that many cheap cards, so he can act as a way to simply bait your opponent into committing into a lane you're eventually going to go well over the top with like Onslaught and Iron Man, or maybe in one of the lines you copy up Mr. Fantastic a lot of times. To round this deck out, we're going to run a copy of Spider-Ham. I don't think this is like core to the deck or anything, but it gives us the ability to activate, which can take out a key card, but more importantly, it gives us information, which can give us the info we need to know what to play around, and therefore know if we should be putting Iron Man in the center, left, or right. This deck is shockingly budget friendly. There's only actually 2 Series 5 cards in the form of Prodigy and Moonstone, and there's 1 Series 4 card in the form of Jennifer Kale. I think Jennifer Kale is easily a flex slot. You can change her out with a different energy option of your choice. There may even be better options in your collection that are available. I don't know. I don't claim this to be the best version of this deck possible. And Prodigy and Moonstone, unfortunately, are a bit hard to replace, but if you're looking for a fun deck to use these in maybe a slightly unusual way, give this deck a shot. Let's hop into some games and pray our opponents don't run Enchantress. All right, 12 minutes. This is the same deck as the ongoing deck I have here. I've actually played this deck a few times before. It's good. It's definitely. I feel like I'm not playing it well enough. Like I feel like the pivoting, I guess, ability that it has is probably this deck's biggest strength. That's what I'm worst at using. I will say we might turn that off. We're going to consider turning that off with Magik, or we'll take advantage of the fact that it exists. The other thing, a couple tips for this deck. Ooh, that's good for us, I think. Okay, so we got a card draw. Ooh, and we hit a Sarah. So we want to know what our opponent is playing. They're upset. Ravonna Renslayer on a Sarah. Add a chimichanga to my hand. This is nice. I could always just play wave, and we're going to lose our stuff if we do that. We've already drawn an extra card. I think I'm just going to shut this off. Chimichanga, interesting. Them putting a card in the unrevealed is very fascinating to me. I don't know what they're playing. Ravona gives me like Mr. Negative ideas. I don't know what Sarah is. They could be in a deck like this one. Ravona is actually another option for, like, instead of Jennifer Kelly. Me might be supposed to be on Ravona. Discounts Iron Man, Mystique. The opponent is snapping me here. I'm surprised by the snap. We have 3 cards in deck, so we're guaranteed to draw all of them unless they rug pull me. They're drawing Iron Man right. That is definitely scary. But now we're just like fully set up. Our top card is Onslaught, so we can just go Onslaught here, which is pretty good once it flips up. Big Pig. We have the whole deck, so it's very crazy to me that they are going for the win here. It seems like we may have gotten just the mirror match, which is a little crazy to me. So here we can just Mystique, copying Onslaught, and we're going to drop an Iron Man here to face off against their Iron Man. I mean, maybe we should like sack that lane. And no, yeah, I think we go here. I think it gives us a chance to actually win that lane. Mystique should be copying Onslaught, so we probably could have snapped, honestly. They're playing a very similar deck to me, it seems. So here we have a lot of Onslaughts. Like, I think this is the maximum possible power we can get. Yeah, they're going Mr. Fantastic, Onslaught, Mystique Onslaught. I think we're bigger than this, though. You're like, oh, that's absurd. It is absurd. Moonstone, Mr. Fantastic, of course. And now this is also an Onslaught. Yeah, and we won. Oh, pretty good. Won every location, actually. So this is a mirror match. Kind of crazy that we get the mirror match immediately. So this was Sarah. They ran Ant-Man over Spider-Pig, I suppose. I wonder if this is the person who originated the deck. Who knows? Yeah, just a straight up mirror match. Ravona over Jennifer Kale, so that's like another option. And they run Ant-Man over Spider-Ham, which is like fine, just extra power. Yeah, I think we won only off the Warlock here. Because they have 1 card in their deck, I suppose, where we are able to draw everything. Cool. Big win. This is, I think, just the biggest we can get off the Onslaught line, I believe. I don't remember. Knowing the math is like one of the keys to playing this deck. I do think so. I think the key to playing this deck, which I played it a little bit, is knowing when to pivot, which I'm not that great at because Juggernaut's like a big problem, and knowing how many numbers you're getting from doing like less consistent combos. Cosmo is like a card that I really considered, but I really just can't fit Cosmo with both Prodigy and Mystique. Can't believe we played a mirror match first. The Deadlands. This is the right place for the Deadlands. Oh, maybe. The Horde will go to a random location, right? We are currently 1-0. We've won the mirror match. I've been thinking of doing some stuff for the channel. Let me know if the audio sounds a little better. Madam Web is scary. We got a little lucky off the Horde location, though, because their Horde's going to shrink by 1 every turn. Hit my wave, which is what I was going to play next turn. So their move bounce, it would seem. I think I'm just going to play this Magik because there's something else we want to play. Wave would have been our card otherwise. I don't think there's much location disruption here. I've been thinking about changing the video series to just be called like Marvel Snap Wheel. Like I think it makes way more sense. Or I realize it makes more sense. Um, so keep an eye out for, or, in the future, we're probably going to change our branding just a little bit because I realized the 12 minutes thing, like I'm not actually recording it. I don't have a timer going. Like the 12 minutes is so, I don't know, non-specific, I guess. This sucks, definitely. Dagger, okay. Well, they're going to get a lot of points. Did they activate it on you? No, they didn't. Here we get to pork something. Will Sarah give me enough time? The other option is we deploy Iron Man now, because we don't actually have anything good. Go like Iron Man and then Mystique, right or left? Probably left. I can't like get set up Prodigy up. I think it has to be Sarah. This is a tricky one. I think we might lose this one. They have none in hand, so they just played everything out to make sure Spider-Ham got no value. Oh, Spider-Ham will get value because we have Beast. Right, I knew it was bounced. I just forgot. They're not doing Human Torch things. Hit Ghost Spider, which is not the best, not the worst either. Moonstone. This is what I want to do about Moonstone. Iron Man left, Mystique mid. We could do it vice versa. Actually, no. Oh, so we're gonna Mystique. Yeah. We do it vice versa. This makes it a little easier to get Prodigy off on the left. I could Mystique right, but I think it's just never gonna hold. Um, like if we're gonna win right, it's likely gonna be because of Heimdall. Something like do I swap this right? No, because we can like buff this up and just have the one Iron Man just have a big. Because if we top deck, I think our best draw is probably still Mister Fantastic. We go like Moonstone, Prodigy, or Moonstone, Mister Fantastic, Prodigy probably. Because then Prodigy has Moonstones ongoing, which looks pretty strong. There's some weird infinite loops you have to know with this deck to know how often things restack on each other.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
It's interesting. I guess they wanted to move it again off Madam Web. Sparky. Okay. So they're not going to have time for Adam Warrior. That's really unfortunate. Because here. This is like the best I have. Which is it likely to win mid? I mean, you have two Ironmans. I mean, you have like infinite Ironmans, so it's like almost certain to win mid, but it's so unlikely to win right. I think I'd stay in for one cube because they're pretty incentivized to work on the left. I guess I now regret not putting Iron Man right. I think Mr. Fantastic is pretty scary here too. But knowing how the doubling works, I don't remember how the numbers work. I had it in my head for a little bit when I was playing this deck more regularly. But knowing how the doubling works really helps because, like, the way Marvel Snap works is it can start to do an infinite because you have like onslaughts that check each other. It'll start to go infinite, but it'll stop itself after like a certain number of repetitions. I'll stay for one cube. Yes, that's what we were hoping. I was like, I think they had to fear Mr. Fantastic, um, so I'll stay for the cube. Very nice. 2-0 currently, 2-0. Yeah, so in terms of channel things, I want to change the name. We'll probably call it like the Wheel of Marvel Snap or something like that. Top 25 player, cool. I think I've heard that name before. I have no idea. No idea what they play. Looks like just an 8-card deck. Wiccan would be my guess. Jotunheim again. Definitely looking like a Wiccan deck. Okay, we're gonna Magic Castle Blackstone almost no matter what. Oh, it's Wiccan Afflict. Cool. Jotunheim's real bad in this particular case. Do we have all the cards? We don't have Mystique currently, but I think that's okay because we can do Prodigy instead. Let's just go Moonstone Maid because it's energy efficient. Yeah. Cerebro? Cerebro 4. Cerebro 4? They nerfed Mobius, so he's a 3-3, so I can play Sarah still. What are they playing? What is Cerebro doing? I don't understand this. This is not a horrible time to snap. Well, I don't know this deck, and I'm scared of a top level player, so we're not going to. They could rug pull me, which would be devastating. I would likely lose. Not necessarily, I guess. Venting is just fine. Now it's just this into this. And I think right is it's going up by like infinite. So I don't think the power matters too much. So I'm gonna do this for quest reasons. It'll force these guys to go mid or to go right, I guess. I don't like that. It's actually bad. I'll activate this just because I can. Well, we could get Juggernauted here. Yeah, we could 100% get Juggernauted here. Um, I think this is actually optimal enough. We'll see what they do. Oh no. I really don't like them playing middle. Hazmat, okay. Why? What is Cerebro? We got him. Groot. Is this Cerebro 7 or something? No, that doesn't work. I do not know what they're playing. Afflict? Well, we're 3 now. That's cool. It's a good game. You can definitely see how strong this deck is. This is a very strong Iron Man deck. I was considering doing this is part of the reason I wanted to change the branding because I didn't really brew this deck. It's not really mine. I've encountered it on ladder. And, I don't know where it originates. It's probably untapped or something. But I played it for a while. I did it as a decent chunk of one of my Infinite clients one time, and figured it'd be a good thing to show off because it shows off kind of the uniqueness of Iron Man. Well, in a pretty competent list in terms of fighting the meta, at least a while ago. I don't know how meta this is right now, but we played a mirror match, so evidently meta enough. Always snaps. Good to know. It was a good hand though. Kind of. It could easily become a good hand. I guess would be a better way to put it. Destroy. We just go over destroy if we can draw our combo. That's a bad location for me. That's a very bad location for me. Um, so they're snapping. Why are they snapping me? Because Genosha is good. Is that it? I feel as if Wave Sarah is going to let me power through. I mean, I don't know. I can't wave Sarah. I have to wave Onslaught. This is an option. I'm fine with where we're at.
Enough said, bub.
This is okay. I hope. This is risky. This is really risky.
Enough said, bub.
Behold thy mighty hand.
If I draw, wait, wave is still on till the end of next turn. Is this just a visual bug? Yeah, it is. Okay. I was like, what's happening? Are we playing to the Mr. Fantastic out? I think it's just Iron Man here. Brooklyn Bridge may have screwed me. I maybe was supposed to retreat, which would be 100% on me.
I am Iron Man. All systems go.
We got good rolls anyway off that. If we get Mr. Fantastic here, your turn too late, pal. They could abandon right. I guess we could like try to ride on them abandoning right. Mystique, copy Iron Man, Prodigy, but are they more likely to? This is a scary lane to commit into for them. But are they going to wisely realize that I can push mid way more easily? They could just play moderately in both. See, copy Iron Man. I mean, this is not very much. Yeah, it doesn't ever win. You're probably supposed to retreat here. I was probably supposed to retreat on the snap, honestly, because I didn't have the thing. I almost never win this because they know I can't go left, so they just like split cover both. We'll see it for the show. Yeah, they got me. They got me. Uh, if I had doubled right, we would have had him. That's the crazy part. No, we wouldn't have. No, because they go one up. One over here. So we just needed to hit Magik a turn earlier. But hey, you got to see the big numbers, so that's cool. Definitely a misplay on my part for not retreating. So my D ranking here is on me. All the way down. That stresses me out. More than it should. Like I know it's just like meaningless points, but I'm like I want to do well. I know I can do well if I like play it a little more disciplinedly. It stresses me out, and I tend to just start falling and like blame it on the deck or whatever, swap around too much. And, this is a hand I very much like. We'll see how the location flips look. Big house is fine. It's a little scary. The thing I like about Jennifer Kale compared to Psylocke is we can play her on 2, activate her on 3, and place her on 4. I think Luna Snow is like a good option. I don't have Luna Snow, but okay. It's looking like we're going to drop a Mr. Fantastic here. Activate this on 4. Yeah, we're looking good here. Oh, we could probably snap. We go pretty face up once we do this. They just can't keep up with our numbers. I think it's a pretty comfortable snap. Yeah, pretty good. Thing is, unless you hit me with like Bar Sinister or whatever it's called, I don't think Westview's going to hurt me. I guess they have a. That's even good for me. Mystique can we activate here? Headpool and Carnage. I really like Headpool. I want to play like a Headpool Moira X deck really bad, but I don't have most of the cards. Okay. Yeah, this deck was pretty linear. We just kind of drew our combo immediately. You have to go for an early snap in a game like this because the opponent doesn't have the numbers to beat it. They're gonna know. So that's one thing to watch out for, I guess, when you're playing a deck like this. We're gonna Mystique next turn, not Prodigy. Prodigy's way worse. I think, like 98% sure. Hmm. We don't have to worry about like any tech cards here. It's like the nice thing about playing Destroy is like they have like 12 to 16 cards that they can play ish, but we know the rough ballpark of what all of them do.
Definitely need to change my underwear.
And I don't think they ever get up to the power levels that I'm going to get to.
Enough said, bub.
Did they not destroy X23? I'm really shocked. I mean, I guess you have to blow up your Carnage, but X23 just feels so strong here. I'm going to play Wave here. I don't think it matters. Just make sure you play Wave second, because Mystique will play the last card played. We don't have to worry about Juggernaut, so that's nice. If they're destroyed with Juggernaut, that would be hysterical. But this number really goes to the moon. It's like over 128 or something. I just don't think Null plus Death or even double Null is going to do it.
Behold my mighty hand.
I'm guessing my opponent is not familiar with our numbers. Which would be my guess. But they could have had the attitude I had last game of like, just make them have it for the last cube, the last 2 cubes. Anyway, early snap to steal those cubes back. I definitely should have retreated pretty early last game. I could have made that a 1 cuber if I'd played that correctly, which would put us up truly a ridiculous number of cubes, including a game against top 100 players. So I think we did fantastically well. A 4-1 run.